Uh, look, holiday budgets, man. Was there a moment that Jamal sprained the ankle last night, or?
Yeah, and then obviously on the flight back, hoping that it would improve and the swelling would go down. I received treatment all night this morning, but obviously just didn't respond the way we had hoped. So we'll go without Jamal tonight, and hopefully this is not a long-term thing, and he can maybe get back for Christmas night in Phoenix.
You've dealt with trade rumors surrounding the team before, and just obviously that stuff gets back to the team in a variety of different ways. It's stuff that you guys can't really control. How do you manage that? How do you coach people through it? And how do you keep the team together in situations like this?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is noise. You know what I mean? I don't know where it comes from. You see different things that are out there, and you never want that stuff getting out there. But I talked to Calvin, and Calvin's had a good pulse on all that stuff, and whenever that stuff is happening, he's in touch with the guys, and their agents to let them know, what is real and what is not real. And as of right now, as we are, I think, 25 games into the season, there's nothing to that, and that's where you worry about guys worrying about the wrong things. Just focus on what you can control. Go out there and play your game and help this team to the best of your ability. All the other stuff takes care of itself. And I think for years, our group, our front office has done a great job of communicating with players if there is something. So there's never a surprise. There's never a guys being caught off guard. But that's something that I think, our front office done an outstanding job of.
What have you seen from Kevin Durant the last couple games?
Their greatest challenge is obviously being healthy. And I think, forget the exact numbers, Katie or LaToya, but when Kevin Durant plays, I think they've only lost maybe a few games. He's just a difference maker. His ability to get to the foul line, his ability to shoot the three-point shot, score in the mid-post, one of the greatest scorers that the NBA has seen. So yes, there's no Booker tonight. There's no Grayson Allen, but Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and all the other players around them, they definitely have more than enough, and they're motivated. They've lost 2 games in a row. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games, so we know we're going to get their best.
How different does Phoenix, will they look without Booker? What kind of changes do you anticipate?
Not a whole lot. I mean, coaches don't change their identity, from game to game based on who's available, who's not. I don't think you have the ability to do so. The games come too fast. But obviously, when you don't have a guy like Devin Booker, who is a prolific scorer, a very improved playmaker, you rely on other guys. And the luxury that the Phoenix Suns have and that Mike Budenholzer has is that you still have Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. You still have Yusuf Nurkic, manning the paint. And you have guys like Royce O'Neal and Tyus Jones who are playing at really high levels. So, but yeah, you just expect more of Kevin Durant, which is never easy to guard, and more of Bradley Beal, who is also a guy that, like Devin Booker, can go out there and get his own and create for his teammates.
One of the previous road trips you didn't have.
Oh, I didn't even notice. That's really nice. That's well done.
Thank you very much. You didn't have Jamal then, and Pickett got to come in and play a little bit, and I think in a couple of games anyway. Does that give you more confidence now going ahead? If in fact he's the guy you've got to put out there?
Yeah, no doubt. The Atlanta game, Jamal didn't play. Jaylen got a chance in that window to go out there and play meaningful minutes, and I thought Jaylen Pickett did an outstanding job of running his team, playmaking, getting us organized, but more importantly, I just felt he looked so much more confident and comfortable out there than he did last year, and that's a sign of continued work ethic and him improving and developing. So yeah, obviously you start Russell Westbrook and then you get Jaylen Pickett a chance to play off the bench, and I have all the confidence that he'll go out there and continue to play the way he has when he's been called upon.
Coach, when you look at the West, I mean, Suns were 11th, but they're only 1.5 games behind you guys and Lakers 5-6. Did you sense that it was going to be this group in the conference this year when you look at the number of teams that are in there?
Yeah, I think everybody realized, even before the season started, that the West was going to be a gauntlet. I mean, there's just so much talent, so much depth, so much parity. We're in 5th place. We've played the fewest home games in the entire NBA. We've had a lot of guys out due to injury. And 2 games in a loss column, we're behind Memphis for the 2 spot. And as I tell our guys frequently, you lose a game in the West, you can drop 3 spots. You go on a 2-game win streak, you can move up 5 spots. It is really, really tough terrain, but you can't run from it. You have to embrace it because it's going to be that way all the way through the end and into the playoffs. So we're in probably the toughest week of our season, 5 games and 7 nights. And hopefully our guys, we can find the energy to go out there and try to protect our home court.
You guys had 12 one-possession games last season. You've had 9 already in the first 26. So aside from 15 and 11, from where you are in the standings, what's the most important thing you look at to kind of evaluate where your team is at in the big picture when the line has been so blurred between winning and losing late in these games?
Well, I mean, the things that I really kind of fixate on are the fact that right now, I think we're probably 5 or 6 in offensive efficiency, but we're 16 or 17 in defense. And, I'm beating a dead horse dead, but the transition, the paint, and the rebounding have been just 3 bright light concern areas that have to improve, because if they don't improve, our defensive standing will not improve. If you're not getting back, if you're not guarding the ball, and you're not rebounding, you're not going to give yourself a chance to win consistently. Our point per game differential is minuscule, 1.9. So every game we're in is going to be a dogfight. They're going to come down to the end. You get lucky in Sacramento, you lose at the buzzer in, where was it, Portland, and then obviously you get down by 17 in New Orleans. And another, I think this is our 5th of the season, double-figure comeback in the second half, which is great on one hand. Some of the coaches like, hey, we lead the league in that category. I don't want to lead the league in that category. I don't want to get down double figures every night. So we got to find a way to just be more consistent from quarter to quarter, from possession to possession, and from game to game.
One more. All right, thank you, Coach.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.